Hi Team Value, JJ here, welcome back. Well, Tesla's had a downgrade from Wells Fargo. We're going to take a look at what the analyst has to say and I'll react to that, give some comments on it. As you can see, I'm in a different setting. I'm outdoors today. There's a bit of noise in the home studio, but wouldn't it be great if I could do this from anywhere anyway? So let's see how it goes. Let's get into it.
I'm curious, what is the market share of Tesla in the U.S. Among total automobile sales, auto and truck sales, and among EV sales? What kind of share do they have?
I mean, they're very small into the overall market. I mean, they're very large in EVs. I mean, what we're seeing, and that was the point of our report today, is that we're actually looking at the impact of the price cuts are surprisingly low at this point. We saw volume actually, if you look at first half to second half globally, up just 3%, and pricing was down 5%. And that's really what driving our lower deliveries. We're expecting deliveries to be about flat this year. Because we're really expecting more limited ability to cut price. Otherwise, you're going to hit a point where you're not very profitable anymore.
So you cut price, you hope volume will increase, but you're not seeing the kind of volume increase that is commensurate with the price cuts.
Well, we'll have to see if that's true. We'll have to see in the next earnings if the volumes have come up. Obviously, they've cut prices, cut margins, and this is why the price is going down. We see today that Tesla's share price has gone down way below 50%, but what this guy from Wells Fargo is saying, this analyst, is that, volumes haven't risen, which Elon Musk was hoping would happen. If they drop prices, that would raise volumes and they'd sell more cars. And I do think that that's the main reason that the share price is keeping on dropping. And so next earnings will be very interesting. Will it go even lower? There's a lot of kind of turmoil out there in Tesla investor land I see online. The trials of shooting outside. It's raining at the moment. And look, that magpie back there has been harassing me for food. I do have some lunch with me, but it's not getting any.
They expect to bring out in 2025. Is it going to be a game changer, or is it too little too late here?
Well, I mean, I think that was the other part of our report today. We were looking at the potential for Model 2. I mean, and one of the things that really is concerning to me is that it's different from other launches. This is a mass market priced SUV. That's going to be very tough to do. I mean, the actual, if you go to an internal combustion engine, compact vehicle today, they're not very profitable. You add on an e-powertrain, you're probably starting off at a losing point. And then if you're then really betting on this unboxed production, which is the new manufacturing methodology they plan on launching with the Model 2. That's a bit of a wild card. It's just never been done before, and we still estimate you need most of those benefits to come through to get this to profit levels that we're seeing on their current vehicles.
What does unboxed production mean? I noted it in your note, and I wasn't sure what it meant.
Yeah, I mean, it is a new term. No one has actually done it before. So the idea is it's a change in the entire assembly line. And from experts that we talk to, they're trying to eliminate all the bottlenecks, automate as much as possible. The vehicle won't run through one line. It'll actually be assembled in different subcomponents and then come together at the end. This enables, one of the potential benefits maybe is you could put more throughput through the paint shop, which is the bottleneck today. But also you probably could automate more along the line and eliminate some of the manual inputs. So it's supposed to improve your efficiency. What we found in our report is that there's probably between labor and fixed costs that are absorbed per the vehicle, it's probably $9,000 to $10,000 per car. So if you could double that, there's like $4,000 to $5,000 in benefit. You really kind of need most of that benefit to get Model 2 to probably profitability given the powertrain costs you'll be adding.
Hey, Colin, it's Phil LeBeau here. I'm curious. When you look at all of the headwinds, not just for Tesla, but for electric vehicles overall, what do you believe is the biggest one right now? Is it the fact that we're not seeing enough models at the lower price points that would drive sales? Is it the concerns about range adoption or range anxiety, charger anxiety that is out there? What do you think is the number one headwind?
Well, to address both of those things, Elon Musk talked about that. He said that, that it is really the cost with interest rates going up. They've kind of tapped out the market and, people want cheaper cars, and until the price comes down or interest rates come down, Elon Musk was saying that we desperately need interest rates to come down. It's arguable whether that's actually going to happen. And so we're left with a situation where electric cars really aren't cheap enough. They're kind of saturating the market, tapped out. Range anxiety is not really an issue these days. They get good miles in the US, good kilometers everywhere else. And maybe busy charging stations can be one aspect to it. If charging stations are getting too crowded in the US, that could be a factor. But if it's a perception from buyers, that's one thing. But it's in reality, it's not really an issue these days, especially with the Tesla supercharging network ramping up all over the place. Now, if you're getting value out of this Tesla episode so far, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button if you're watching on YouTube or anywhere with a like button to help the almighty algorithms to spread it to more people. Thanks.
I mean, I think number one has been pricing. I think it's, and I think it's just the price. I also think we need sort of SUVs too, so I'm not sure a small vehicle actually necessarily addresses that for what Americans want. So I think, one, people want more affordable EVs, and then two, it's always been charging. But the one thing we talk about in the industry, and one reason we're cautious on all of the Detroit 3 as well, so we're pretty cautious on the automakers right now, is the fact that there's still regulations coming. So the industry is going to be a really tough spot here because the automakers are going to need to sell more EVs to hit those standards, which means everyone's going to be forcing these vehicles into the market, which is never very good for profitability when that happens.
So they're underrating it. They've got a price target of 125 I saw there. If it went down to that, that's actually where I bought Tesla at 125. I waited until it went down there, and that was at the end of 2022. It went down to 108, I think was the lowest price, and then I actually sold out after 100% when margins started to slip. I could see these headwinds coming along. I didn't really want to hold it for that long, but I would be interested in getting back into it if it dropped low enough. What's that price? It'll be interesting to see how low it goes. People are shocked at the price target of 125, but the price has come down so much. I could see it going there. We'll have to see what happens. Now, I'd love to know what you think about this one. Do you think that Tesla stock's going to $125 or even less, maybe much less? Now, the channel's been growing in momentum lately, quite a lot more views recently, which is great, but it's not big enough that I can't reply to comments, all thoughtful comments, so do that and I will reply. Now, if you're already a subscriber and you want more, you can go to the Art of Value Patreon and join up there just for the price of a cup of coffee each month. I post exclusive content over there that I don't post anywhere else when we're having discussions over there with the existing members. It's early days over there, so go and check it out. I'll put a link in the description and hopefully see you over there. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm going to put a link here to the video that YouTube thinks that you in particular should watch next, so go and see that now if you want to. And thanks to everybody for watching or listening wherever you're doing that, and I'll see you in the next one.